Hello there, I'm Raja in yet another episode of Rural India, Raja's Rural India, and this podcast is reaching to you with in association with RMAI, the Rural Marketing Association of India. That's how the system works, because I happen to be part of it and since inception, and RMAI is known for giving out information and sharing the knowledge base. So here I am with the next episode, as they say, and this time we'll be talking about wall paintings. I am taking historic medias first, and as the time will go, I will keep on moving to the modern media, especially the social media, the internet-based media, and other things. So if you have any queries regarding that, keep posting me so that I'll be able to cover that for you. So let's talk about wall painting. It's the most ancient kind of a medium. You see Ashoka's writings, and you see wall paintings being done by tribals in caves. So we think that this is the oldest form of communication which is known to human mankind, and it was adopted by advertisers as well. I have seen pictures of wall painting in 1950s and even older than that. There was a movie which was made called Tisari Kasam, which is about rural and melas, and we find some of the Dabar wall paintings there. So that's how we get to know that how old this medium will be. It was a very effective medium. It's still a very effective medium. But initially, we used to paint the walls. So when you give them order on a size, there will be somebody reaching at the site and doing first the background paint, and then draw lines and write the words, and then draw the picture for you. Later, stencils came into existence, and they started using stencils. When we came into advertising, rural advertising from outreach, we also chased this, and we found there was a lot of mixed match happening around. So our team put together, thanks to Dalveer who was leading it, and Sandeep who was there, Sandeep Bansal. They put together a SOP so as to how a wall painting should be done. And those SOP, now I don't remember all the facts, but it very clearly said that first it should have a border so that you know where your communication ends. If there is a second wall painting, where it ends, or if there was a wall painting which was done before, that should not be visible from now. The layering should be right. There should be a number. We started putting numbers to the wall paintings. So we started putting that, and then we saw that how the design has to be. So we started seeing the design on a computer, but started visualizing it on a wall, because it should be visible from 100 meters. The lowermost part, which is up to the knee, should not have information which is not majorly important for life. The back shot or the major information should be on the top part of it. And then knowing that how long a wall painting can exist. We have seen wall paintings existing from 6 months. That's an unwritten law that when the wall painting is done, if the second fellow comes, he does not change that unless it is 6 months old. And from there to we have seen it even 5 years, 6 years old, and at times even got into problems because of that. So especially if you put that something is available at 2 rupees and that later in the life the price changed, somebody can always complain and say that the communication was saying this, and we've had legal cases regarding that. So SOPs also said that never ever put price. We also said that visually how important things are. Like if the pack if the pack is in English, and we know that people may not be able to read it. So on the top line, we will write it in the vernacular. So if it's Lux written in English, we will have Lux written in Hindi on the top of the line. So that's how the whole thing was designed. Fewer words, not much of communication there, only few what is important, not more than 15 to 16 words in a wall painting we used to put. And there was other SOPs like that. No two walls should be visible from one to another. And it the because the wall painter, when he goes, he wants to finish things faster. So he paints two three walls close to him. He will do this and then move on to the second one. By the time that dries, he'll come and finish this. So they try and do everything at one place. So SOPs were designed that where the wall painting should be, it should be done on the roads inside villages. The entire village should be covered. Places like temple and school, on way of that where most of the action happens, it should be done. We should never paint a government body like hospital, or unless it is specified for them, uh, or a school. Government schools, government property should not be painted because that's the law. stops us doing that. So all of these SOPs were put together and given to uh, agencies who are involved in wall painting. Today, when I walk into the rural area, I see more of a digital wall painting, which is the pictorial wall painting, which we see now. Because they're expensive, the sizes have reduced, and also because it requires it's little tricky to paste that sticker, and it takes 2 men, 3 men to do it. I see them being pasted at a ground level, not at a level where people can reach out, and that is little disastrous, because moment you leave that and there are faces, then the kids in the village with the charcoal, they try and make mustache or do some kind of graffiti of their own. So these paintings should be done at a higher level so that people don't spoil it. It can be also scratched and spoiled, I have seen. So digital wall painting has evolved. I've also seen that communication in terms of uh, comprehension is getting more urban. If that was it, then why you need a rural uh, kind of a thing? We saw something about a health drink where the comparison has been done with that, how much iron and how much calcium it has, but the visual representation and the verbal representation does not comprehend with rural people. So I think the design was not checked, and you must check the design before you implement it. You must take it to the village, ask some of the villages, don't preempt anything, just give it to them, ask them what you can understand from it, if they can read it. So talking about wall paintings, more and more people ask one question: does size matter? Well, we've not been able to pinpoint and say that this size matters, but we have seen when educational institutes or book companies they do a roundel wall painting, but they do in multiple numbers. So they'll have 50 or 60 wall paintings in a village. But when a corporate comes, it comes in a 200 square feet or a 400 square feet size, to give the wall painting a bigger and larger than life, so that it can be visible from a longer distance also. Both have their own merits. Both have their own merits. You want more frequency or you want more visibility, that is the kind of design you choose. uh, Wall painters have reduced now. Not many wall painters are available, but it still holds as a good medium. There is a payment issue also, which is now coming, because the earlier the wall painter, when he used to go and paint a wall, the guy whose wall you were using, he'll say, "Please paint my door," or "Please paint my drums," or something like that. And but today they ask for money, they ask for rentals. So if they are asking for rentals, then you have to have a proof as to where they have painted it and what kind of painting have they done. So this is about wall paintings. I will be back with wall painting information more and next medium in the next part. Keep writing to me. I am Raja, and you are doing a podcast about the rural.